Vane is in early access and receiving regular updates, hotfixes and devlogs, but we don't all have the time to pour through the changelog of each update, read each weekly post, and to keep an eye on the roadmap, so this video does all of that for you. It's gameplay footage overlaid with information you may have missed. Coming up today, we'll be talking trailer hitching, zombie AI improvements, performance improvements, hunting, fishing, and a whole host more. Let's get into it. So this month we've seen 2 hotfixes featuring over 80 bug fixes and 4 Vane weekly posts, letting us know what the devs have been getting up to. As we entered 2026, the weekly update from the devs introduced some tweaks to design and balance, adjusting the explosive damage to scrap metal fortifications to deal 6 times more damage. Important for those who play PvP, as those once virtually indestructible fortresses became a lot more destructible. Additionally, there were some tweaks to strength and vitality XP, scaling it with the mass of the object in mind, so you'll get less XP from moving a small end table than you would for moving a fridge, for example. There was also the change for hydraulic tools. They are now waterproof, so if you go for a dip with a hydraulic cutter or drill, they'll still work afterwards, unlike all of your other electronics. But this was with underwater caverns and shipwrecks in mind, something the devs have been working on adding with some more life and exploration to underwater regions in the game. Boats will also be coming, but will be more challenging to fix and find parts for than cars due to how impervious a boat would be from zombies. Whilst on water, the change in time taken for fluid containers to freeze or thaw was adjusted, meaning it'll take 10 times longer to freeze or thaw fluid containers. Crucially, for those who are desperate for controller support to play the game and have it work effectively on Steam Deck, handheld or with a controller, this is expected to be part of the 0.23 release. So if you've been waiting for Steam Deck verification or full controller support, it would be time to drop into Vane when 0.23 releases. Moving through into the second weekly, one of the bugs which has continued to plague the devs has been furniture placement on vehicles. Fixes for this have been in a couple of hotfixes, but it's fair to say vehicles can be a little unpredictable when placing furniture on or in them, especially when loading into a game if you logged out in a vehicle with furniture on it. One thing the team also added was some options around character speed settings, so you can adjust the run, walk, crouch and swim speed for players to suit whatever you want. And additionally, the field of view slider had its maximum field of view increased to 120, a request made by some in the community. Fishing and hunting seem to be the main themes of the upcoming 0.23 update, with the devs sharing that there's going to be over 100 fish and amphibians that can be caught by players. Additionally, one thing I'm really looking forward to, as it's a bit of a blocker at the moment, is the ability to make bait or use smaller fish you catch as bait to catch larger fish. Obviously, at the moment, if you want bait to fish with, you have to find it. In addition to the general increase in the number of fish that can be caught, the devs are adding more complexity to the fishing system, changing the existing system to account for seasonal differences in fish rarities, times of day, weather preferences that they prefer, as well as some fish species and amphibians being located in specific water bodies in the map. The devs are also hoping to change how fishing works in terms of its existing mechanic of waiting for a big splash, and also they're making rods not just one item, but to have multiple interchangeable parts, which will require maintaining. One quick note, and that is that not all fish will be available to us when the update drops, as some more specific to Lake Champlain, which is one of the far east lakes on the early access region. We don't have access to that location at the moment, and it's not planned for some time. Moving away from fish and onto hunting, the devs are putting a lot of work into hunting. At the moment, it's fair to say that hunting leaves a bit to be desired in Vane. You shoot an animal, or hit it with a car, and then hope that the RNG gods take care of you as you loot the corpse, hoping for meat, fur, leather, or hard leather. The devs are thankfully looking to move away from this system and are designing a system that will include tracking, butchery, skinning and bloodletting. For example, using feathers for arrows, organs for fish bait, pig blood being used for blood transfusion, bone meal for farming and blood meal as an ingredient to help plants grow. This sounds a lot more survival focused and satisfying if you can get it right. There's an ambition to get some of this into 0.23, but we'll have to see to what extent this makes it in. We've had it confirmed in the final weekly of January that the farming stat has been changed to survivalism to include the new updates as part of the hunting overhaul. Bird meat will also be added, so if you shoot down a bird in game, then you'll be able to harvest meat from this too by dismantling it. The devs have also added a peristaltic pump to the game too. Primarily, this will be used for extracting blood from corpses once 0.23 is here, but it could be used for power and wastewater plant maintenance in the future. Somewhat important when it comes to hunting, but not solely related to it, is the gunplay. The dev team are working on animations in relation to firearms. They're fun to use, but not overly rewarding at present. However, the devs are actively working on this, starting with custom animations for the .38 special. They'll be focusing on rifles, shotguns, and other revolvers too. A big piece of work that the devs have also done, which isn't one of the sexy, exciting changes, is UI text scaling, where they've had to go through every piece of UI in the entire game to make changes to ensure it's all scalable. Additionally to this, though, localization has been a key focus area for the devs too, with hopes that the increased translation should be in-game soon. The devs have previously said that they're doing this based on wish lists in countries, so with countries where more wish lists are being made on Steam, they will take priority. Another not overly exciting but really important change is coming to building temperatures. Most buildings will now have thermostats, with them being usable to change the temperature inside. The ability of a building to reach the desired temperature will be based on the central heating, if it exists, radiators, space heaters and aircon units too. It is also influenced by the outside temperature too, so if it's snowy outside, it'll be harder to warm up inside. Excitingly, in terms of the map, the devs have been working on expanding the map west of Redford by a few kilometres, and also expanding the map southwest of Redford, and also south to the town of Au Sable Forks. Not a clue if I've got that pronunciation right, it's AU Sable Forks, so I'm saying Au Sable Forks. I'm sure you will correct me down in the comments as to how I'm supposed to pronounce it. The devs also said that when they do map updates, they typically plan out the geography first, followed by towns, including roads, buildings, detail, and other visual features. Now, the devs say they've finished the geography planning stage of rivers and water bodies in the final map, and point to being able to use boats to traverse these water bodies in future, which is going to be really cool. There's also been fixes to things such as TVs too. Previously, the reflected light from TVs was only black and white. This has now been changed to colour, so should provide some more immersion when looking into your base and seeing TV light reflections off walls. Additionally, the devs teased projectors, with these working and potentially being able to be used as a different way to watch TV, or maybe to light up messages on the sides of bases and walls. We'll have to wait and see. Weather effects received some love too, with them now performing better and having a higher density to them. So, for example, rain will now appear heavier, blizzards will feel more like blizzards. There's also been expansion in terms of team members at Ramjet Towers. The dev team now consists of the OGs, DeadZedje and Azzy, who are now joined by Jan and Annie. The devs are also hoping to continue the expansion of the team, so if you're interested, they're looking for more talented individuals to join them. Now, whilst they were things teased prior to this month, I think it's definitely worth calling out some of the additional aspects coming in the next update. Foliage will be receiving some love. This is something that Disseminate has been working on, with improvements coming to trees and cornfields, just to mention a couple. This should yield results in terms of improved performance, but there'll also be noticeable visual improvements too, with foliage looking and feeling better in game. We're also going to see the introduction of hitching in .23 too. Initially, this will be limited to towing one car or vehicle with another, so those in-game trailer generators won't be movable just yet, but hopefully that will come with the ability to tow trailers later down the line. It'd also be remiss of me not to mention the zombie AI improvements. The pain that is felt by clearing an area or a building in-game just to pop back a little bit later and have to clear it again will soon be a problem of the past. I had to endure this when clearing the power station and then going back there the next day in my Let's Play. You can watch that by clicking on the top right. The zombie AI improvements will ensure that once you've cleared a building, you won't have to clear it as soon as you've walked away and gone back, meaning that killing those undead patrons will be that little bit more rewarding rather than frustrating. So in the further future, we've got some really exciting things coming, like boats, and the map will continue to expand. And for the Point 23 update, we've got a lot to look forward to as well, with trailer hitching, zombie AI tweaks, the fishing overhaul, hunting changes, controller support, Steam Deck support, to mention but a few. Of course, for the full changelog for each update, you can see this on Steam to see what's included. Let me know down below what you're most excited about for the Point 23 update. Personally, for me, it's fishing and hunting. Please do like and subscribe if you found this helpful. I drop hotfix shorts for every hotfix and have a wide variety of tips, tricks, challenges and let's plays on my channel. You're also more than welcome to come and join the Discord community we're creating too. The link for that's in the description. Until next time, I've been DeadZedje. Thanks for watching.